Hello and welcome to Chat About. A few days ago I did an unboxing and a brief review on the Nord from SMOK, the e-cig, and I was very impressed with it. However, since then I found that the 1100 milliamp hour battery, although the thing is very good and I'm still impressed with it and I still give it a thumbs up, it didn't cut the mustard really, 1100 milliamps. Then they released, I believe, a Nord 2, a Nord X, which should have been the Nord 3, but they called it X. And since then, they've released the Nord 4. Anyway, and that has a 2000 milliamp hour battery, so altogether a bigger boy. And I thought I would treat myself to one. So I ordered one from Amazon, and next day it arrives. Now, obviously being a bigger device, slightly, it comes in a bigger box. Again, this annoys me. This product contains nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance. It doesn't contain any nicotine, not till you put some in. And even then, some people don't use it. Comes with a label in the bag, SMOK verification card. Never seen this before. 10 reasons why your vape tastes burnt. Number one, because it's burnt. Anyway, I'm going to take these glasses off. I've got some new funky glasses as well, look. Super dry. But unfortunately, the lenses, I'm not convinced, are very funky. Specsavers, and I think they've cocked the prescription up, so I'm going to take them off. Anyway, number reasons why your vape tastes burnt. Your coil is old. Vaping too high. No prime time, in other words, you haven't primed the coil. Take control. Certain coil types require different modes. Guilty e-juice. Some liquids do have too much sugar in them. They're too sweet and they do burn quick. Slow it down because you're chain vaping and you haven't given the coil time to soak up the juice. High spots or UG spots, or where you build your own coils, that is. Tricky wicking. Clean coils, and how's the weather? Cold weather can actually make the e-liquid thicken and not wick right, apparently. Keep your mod and e-juices out of the cold. I've never heard that one before. Well, there they are, the 10 reasons. Anyway, so here's the device box, and I've ordered the brown leather one, which looked rather cool and funky. I liked the funky colours on the Nord, and I like the funky colours they make on the other ones. But this one looked cool and funky, and it's gold as well, which the rest of them are all black or gunmetal. And it comes in a packing condom, and on the box you've got the authenticity and the barcode on one side. On the back, a bit about the kit, saying it's not for sale to minors. Why miners aren't allowed to use it, I don't know. Maybe coal miners shouldn't, but tin miners can. Don't know. Well, it should say children, shouldn't it? The kit includes one Nord 4 device for 2000 milliamp hour, one Nord 4 RPM coil, which is a 0.16 ohm mesh coil, a Nord 4 RPM pod with a 0.4 ohm coil. They are both in 2ml pods apparently. A Type C cable, which is much better than the Mini. Most things are C these days. And one user manual. So, that's all around the box. Oh, on the other side it tells you who the manufacturer is and who the representative is. And there's a nice picture on the front that says it is got air ring, 2 coils, 80 watts, 2ml, 2000 milliamp hour battery and Type C USB. So you open the box and that's what you get. So let's start with the boring bits first, shall we? One USB cable. Now that cable, if you remember, I showed you the cable from the Nord. It was about 2 inches long. What the hell use is that? This one is about 6 inches long. Still not very useful. It's longer than the 2 inch one, but Oh, come on. Who only plugs in their vape that far away from their plug? What's wrong with a meter cable at least? Oh, come on, people. Anyway, that's the cable. And an elastic band to go around it. Another bag of tasty silica gel, which you shouldn't eat. 2 pods. They're a lot more chunky. The mouthpiece is a hell of a lot more chunky than the Nord 1. I'm looking for it. I don't know where I put it. There's the Nord 1. Comparison with the Nord 2. It is definitely more chunky, without a doubt. And there's 2 of them with coils pre-installed. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. These are 2 milliliter pods, even though they are that much bigger than the pods from the Nord 1. A lot bigger. Now, they are only 2 milliliter in this country. I think they're about 4.5 milliliter in the US and other places that haven't got a government that dictate how much juice we should have in our e-cigs. And apparently, you can pull the coil out on these, and you can somehow, you can see the rubber bung. I don't know if you can see it inside there, that white, that's a rubber bung. And what they do, they use the same pod that they use in the States and everywhere else, and they stick a rubber bung in it. It's like sticking up the arse of our government, who insists we can only have 2 mil. So they put that in there to make it 2 mil. But actually, it's still a 4.5 mil pod. So, what are we going to do, boys and girls? Quite correct. We're going to drag that piece of crap out of there to make it into a 4 mil pod. But once I finish this review, I might have a go and see how it gets on. Now, I'm not going to do it on camera in case I make a complete arse of it and cock the pod up. And you don't want to see me crying on camera. Well, maybe you do, but you're not going to. Anyway, so that is what they've done. So thanks a lot, UK government. Anyway, so there are the pods. The device itself is a bit thicker than the Nord 1. About the same in width. Weight-wise, it's a teensy bit heavier. USB-C on the bottom of it as opposed to USB Mini. And there is on one side a couple of buttons and a panel. And on the other side, a panel which I believe doesn't light up. It does nothing. It's just there to look nice. But I tell you what, this leather feels and looks really... I thought it would be fake leather. Well, it might be. But it's squishy and feels nice. Got real stitching in it. Which I thought it might be printed stitching, but it isn't. It says Nord 4, 2000 milliamp per hour. And it's a nice gold. One button on this side, which is obviously a fire button. And these rings here, now what they are for your airflow. Because on this one, it's got an adjustable airflow. And if you can see, if I put that near the camera, you know, there's a hole that goes right through the thing. And you can adjust how much air goes in. Now, I've heard some other reviewers saying that these are quite hard to turn. But I've just turned that quite easy. And what I like about it, you can open one up fully and have one closed or one half open, so it's infinitely adjustable. Really nice. And inside there, on this one, there are magnets and 2 terminals, whereas on the Nord 1 there are 3 terminals in there and a bit of leaky juice. No magnets, it just pushes in. So there you go, boys and girls. So on these tanks, I'm going to take a break now, and I'm going to try and fish out one of these because I can't see the point in putting the juice in there just to pull it out again. So bear with me 2 minutes and I will come back to you. I managed to drag the doofer out, which gives me now 4.5 mils. I broke one side of it with the pointy thing, stuck a pair of pliers or tweezers in there and managed to drag it out, and it makes a hell of a difference. It's now a 4.5ml tank. I've just filled it with juice, thinking I was recording, and like a numbnuts, I wasn't recording. Anyway, then I filled it with Hisenberg by Aqua Vape. Now this is only £8 for 50ml, and it's lovely. It really is nice. I've turned the mod on, 5 presses of the button on here, and then using these buttons here, you can adjust the wattage, and it's upside down, silly Wally. 60 watts I put it on, it goes up to 80, this does. And as I said, the leather on it is lovely. So I've opened the airflow, not totally out, let's open it right the way out, because I do tend to like the airflow right the way. So you twiddle these things around here until the airflow is showing right through it. There you go. And you can see the juice right up in the mouthpiece now, rather than just half down here because they buggered it up. Anyway, so what does it vape like? Let's have a puff. Well, on 60 watts, the flavour on that is phenomenal. And I've got to say that vapes as well as, if not better than, some of the expensive tanks I've used in the past. And I've spent loads on different tanks. I've got dozens of the things. Because you get them and you think, that's great. And then it ain't so great after a while. Is it, love? How many have I got?
Oh, I've lost count how many you've got.
There you go. I've got oodles of tanks and mods and things. This little mod, and even the Nord 1, they are fantastic. You can put them in your pocket, carry them around. I haven't got a massive great thing to carry around, and glass tanks to smash if you drop them, and oh, a balls ache. This is great. And this one is really classy. Quite like it. But obviously the quality of the vape matters. And that's awesome. People who like flavour will love it. People who like to be able to have a small mod will love it. People who like chucking clouds are going to adore it. So, yet another mod from SMOK that I've got to give a good big thumbs up to. It is fantastic. I love it. I really liked the Nord 1. I haven't used a Nord 2 or a Nord X. But this is brilliant. It really is. And I poo-pooed this when I first seen it in the shop as against the Nord 1. Here's my good lady's Nord 1. Lovely green. Really nice. And that is an excellent, excellent mod. Don't get me wrong. It really is. But this, I said, it's bigger and more bulky. You don't want that. It's a bit bigger, but the battery's a lot bigger. And the airflow through that there compared with the airflow through this is brilliant. Although this is not bad. But that is stunning. If you enjoy vaping and you want a good mod, don't waste your time and money. This was how much did I pay for this? £35 in a lot of the shops. On Amazon I think it was $28.99. With obviously if you Prime, it's next day delivery, free or included in your Prime. So that's stunning. Really, really good. So thumbs up to Amazon for getting the price point right and the delivery. Thumbs up to SMOK for a superb device. Go and vape and enjoy it.